Welcome to the most exciting coin discovery of your life. Today, we're diving into the mysterious and ultra-rare bicentennial coins, an ordinary-looking coin with the power to make you a millionaire overnight. If you've got this hidden gem in your pocket, your entire future could change in an instant. Let's unlock the secrets behind this legendary piece of treasure. D. Kennedy $50, minted at the famous Denver Mint. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary coin. Millions were produced, and most of them are still only worth their face value or slightly more. But here's where things get interesting. Not all coins are created equal. Certain rare variations, minting errors, and exceptional conditions can push a coin's value far beyond what most people expect. You may have heard dramatic claims that this coin could be worth millions of dollars, capable of making you rich overnight. Let's be clear and honest. No standard 1973 D. Kennedy $50 has ever sold for millions. However, that doesn't mean it's worthless. In fact, in rare cases, high-grade specimens or coins with unique mint errors can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars to serious collectors. The real value of a 1973 D. Kennedy $50 depends heavily on its condition. Coins that are heavily worn, scratched, or dirty usually carry very little premium. But if you happen to own one in near-perfect, uncirculated condition, what collectors call mint state, then you could be holding something much more desirable. Coins graded at the highest levels can command impressive prices in auctions. Another key factor is mint errors. These are the hidden treasures collectors dream about. A 1973 D coin with a striking error, such as double die features, off-center strikes, or planchet flaws, can dramatically increase its value. These rare mistakes are like fingerprints. No two are exactly the same, and collectors are always hunting for them. It's also important to understand the composition of this coin. By 1973, the Kennedy $50 was no longer made of silver for general circulation. Instead, it was composed of copper and nickel layers. While this means it doesn't carry intrinsic silver value, it still holds strong appeal due to its design, history, and collectible potential. What makes this coin truly fascinating is not just its material worth, but its psychological impact. The idea that a simple coin could change your life overnight is powerful, and that's why so many people search through their old collections, hoping to discover a hidden gem. While becoming a billionaire from a single coin is extremely unlikely, finding a rare and valuable piece is absolutely possible. Collectors today continue to show growing interest in Kennedy $50, especially earlier dates and rare variations. The 1973 D may not be the rarest of the series, but it holds a solid place in collections. Its value can steadily increase over time, particularly as fewer high-quality examples remain available in the market. So, if you have a 1973 D. Kennedy $50, don't rush to spend it, but don't expect instant millions either. Examine it closely, consider getting it professionally graded, and understand what makes it unique. Sometimes, the real treasure isn't just the money. It's the history, the story, and the thrill of discovery that comes with holding a piece of the past in your hands. The story of the 1971 D. Kennedy $50 begins with a powerful shift in American coinage, a moment when history, metal, and memory collided. Bearing the portrait of John F. Kennedy, this coin was more than currency. It was a tribute to a fallen leader whose legacy still echoes across generations. By 1971, the United States had already moved away from silver in circulating $50, making this Denver-minted piece part of a new era. Yet within this ordinary-looking coin lies the whisper of extraordinary value, a hidden potential that has captivated collectors and dreamers alike. At first glance, the 1971 D. Kennedy $50 may seem like a common coin, struck in large numbers at the United States Mint facility in Denver. Millions were produced, and most circulated widely, exchanging hands in everyday transactions. But here's where the mystery deepens. Within those millions, a tiny fraction may possess qualities so rare and so perfect that they transcend their face value entirely. These are the coins that ignite the imagination, the ones rumored to hold life-changing worth. The true magic of this coin lies not in its age alone, but in its condition and uniqueness. A flawless, uncirculated 1971 D. Kennedy half-dollar, especially one graded at the very highest levels, can command astonishing prices among elite collectors. Perfection in a coin is incredibly rare. Every tiny scratch, every faint mark reduces its grade. But when a coin survives untouched, preserved in pristine brilliance, it becomes something extraordinary, something that can ignite bidding wars and send values soaring into astonishing territory. Even more fascinating is the possibility of minting errors. Coins struck with unusual characteristics, off-center designs, double dies, or striking anomalies can transform an otherwise ordinary piece into a collector's treasure. Imagine holding a coin that slipped through the strict quality controls of the mint, carrying with it a unique flaw that no other coin shares. These rare variations can multiply the value dramatically, turning a simple half-dollar into a piece of history worth far beyond imagination. Collectors across the world are constantly searching for these hidden gems, studying every detail of coins like the 1971 D. Kennedy half-dollar. The thrill lies in the hunt, the idea that somewhere, perhaps in an old drawer or a forgotten jar, lies a coin waiting to be discovered. It's this sense of possibility that fuels the belief that a single find could change everything overnight, elevating an ordinary person into the realm of extraordinary fortune. However, the idea of a 1971 D. Kennedy half-dollar being worth millions of dollars is where reality and fantasy begin to blur. While some coins have indeed sold for impressive amounts, reaching into the thousands or even tens of thousands under exceptional conditions, the leap into millions is extraordinarily rare and typically reserved for coins with extreme historical significance or one-of-a-kind features. Still, the dream persists, and it is this dream that keeps collectors searching, hoping, and believing. What truly drives the value of such coins is a combination of rarity, demand, and storytelling. Every coin carries a narrative, where it was minted, how it was preserved, and who once held it. The 1971 D. Kennedy half-dollar represents a moment in American history, a continuation of a legacy tied to a beloved president and a changing economy. When these elements align with rarity and perfection, the result can be a coin that feels priceless. For those who believe they may possess such a treasure, caution is essential. Selling a potentially valuable coin without proper evaluation could mean losing out on significant value. Professional grading, authentication, and consultation with reputable dealers or auction houses are crucial steps in unlocking the true worth of any rare coin. Knowledge in this world is just as valuable as the coin itself. In the end, the 1971 D. Kennedy half-dollar stands as a symbol of possibility. It reminds us that even the most ordinary objects can hold extraordinary secrets. While not every coin will turn someone into a billionaire overnight, the allure of that possibility is powerful enough to inspire countless journeys. And perhaps, just perhaps, somewhere out there, one of these coins waits silently, ready to transform a life in a single, unforgettable moment. The 1976 D. Kennedy half-dollar carries a powerful sense of history, wrapped in the spirit of celebration. Struck to honor the 200th anniversary of American independence, this coin is not just currency. It is a symbol of a nation reflecting on its past while stepping boldly into its future. The dual date, 1776 to 1976, instantly sets it apart, giving it a visual identity that collectors instantly recognize. At first glance, it may seem like an ordinary coin, but beneath its surface lies a story that continues to captivate treasure hunters and collectors alike. What truly fuels the excitement around the 1976 D issue is the idea that hidden among millions of ordinary coins could be a rare and extraordinary piece. Most of these coins were produced in large numbers at the Denver Mint, meaning they are commonly found in circulation or collections. However, the real magic begins when condition, striking quality, and rare minting quirks come into play. Coins that appear almost flawless, untouched by time, with razor-sharp details and brilliant luster, can command surprisingly high prices compared to their everyday counterparts. Collectors often chase what is known as high-grade examples, coins that have been preserved in near-perfect condition. These are graded on a scale, and those reaching the highest levels become incredibly desirable. A 1976 D. Kennedy half-dollar in top condition can be worth far more than its face value, especially when its surfaces are clean, its design is crisp, and its shine remains untouched. While most examples are modest in value, the finest known specimens can reach into impressive price ranges, turning an ordinary coin into a prized collectible. Adding to the intrigue are mint errors, those accidental imperfections that occur during the coin-making process. These errors transform a regular coin into something unique and often highly valuable. Imagine a coin struck slightly off-center, or one with double details that make the design appear almost alive. These rare variations are like fingerprints. No two are exactly alike. For collectors, discovering such a piece feels like uncovering a hidden treasure that was never meant to exist. The reverse design of the 1976 half-dollar also plays a major role in its appeal. Instead of the usual eagle, this special edition features Independence Hall, a powerful symbol of freedom and history. The intricate lines and architectural detail make it one of the most visually striking designs ever placed on a half-dollar. When this design appears perfectly struck and well-preserved, it elevates the coin's desirability even further, blending artistry with historical significance. Despite the excitement and bold claims you might hear, it is important to stay grounded in reality. Not every 1976 D. Kennedy half-dollar is worth a fortune, and certainly not millions of dollars. The vast majority are still worth only a small premium over face value. However, the dream persists because rare, exceptional pieces do exist, and those are the coins that ignite imaginations and drive collectors to search through rolls, boxes, and old collections with hope in their eyes. The true power of this coin lies in its potential. It represents the possibility that something seemingly ordinary could hold hidden value. This idea alone is enough to inspire people to look more closely at their spare change, to examine details they might otherwise ignore. It's not just about money. It's about discovery, curiosity, and the thrill of the hunt. Each coin becomes a question waiting to be answered. Could this be the one? For serious collectors, the journey doesn't end with finding a coin. Authentication and grading become essential steps in determining its true worth. Professional evaluation can reveal whether a coin is genuinely exceptional or simply average. A certified high-grade example can dramatically increase in value, especially when demand is strong and supply is limited. This process adds another layer of excitement, turning a simple find into a verified collectible with a place in numismatic history. In the end, the 1976 D. Kennedy half-dollar is a reminder that value is not always obvious at first glance. While it may not instantly make someone a billionaire overnight, it holds a different kind of richness, one rooted in history, rarity, and the human desire to खोज and discover. Whether you find one in a drawer, inherit it from a relative, or stumble upon it by chance, it carries with it a quiet promise that even the smallest objects can hold stories. And sometimes, just sometimes, those stories are worth far more than we ever imagined. The 1990 D. Kennedy half dollar is one of those coins that can quietly sit in a collection, overlooked and underestimated, yet still hold a story that captures the imagination of collectors around the world. Struck at the Denver Mint, this coin represents a modern era of American coinage where massive quantities were produced. Yet hidden within those numbers lies the possibility, however rare, of exceptional value. While most examples are common, the idea that one extraordinary specimen could stand out fuels the excitement that keeps collectors searching through rolls and collections with anticipation. At first glance, the 1990 D. Kennedy half dollar may seem ordinary. It carries the familiar portrait of President John F. Kennedy on the obverse, a design that has become iconic since its introduction in 1964. The reverse features the presidential seal, a bold and detailed emblem of American strength. But what separates an ordinary coin from one that commands serious money is not the design. It is the condition, the rarity of perfection, and the presence of unusual minting characteristics that transform it into something special. The reality is that millions of these coins were struck in 1990 at the Denver Mint, making them widely available in circulated condition. Most examples you find in everyday change or coin jars will have only modest value, often close to their face value. However, the story changes dramatically when you encounter a coin preserved in pristine, near-perfect condition. Coins graded at the very highest levels, those with flawless surfaces, sharp strikes, and brilliant luster, can attract significant attention from collectors willing to pay a premium for excellence. What truly ignites the imagination are the rare error coins or exceptional high-grade specimens. A 1990 D. Kennedy half dollar with a striking mint error, such as a double strike, off-center strike, or die crack, can suddenly leap from being common to highly desirable. These anomalies are like fingerprints of the minting process, accidental creations that turn a regular coin into a one-of-a-kind collectible. In such cases, the value can climb far beyond expectations, sometimes reaching into thousands of dollars depending on the uniqueness and visual appeal of the error. Another factor that adds to the intrigue is the grading scale used by professional coin grading services. Coins graded MS-67 or higher mint state are extremely difficult to find for this year and mint mark. These coins exhibit near-perfect surfaces with only the tiniest imperfections visible under magnification. Because so few coins achieve this level of preservation, collectors compete fiercely to acquire them, pushing prices upward and creating the impression that a simple coin could hold extraordinary worth. It is important, however, to separate excitement from exaggeration. While stories often circulate about coins being worth millions overnight, the 1990 D. Kennedy half dollar does not typically reach such astronomical values. Even the finest known examples usually sell for hundreds or, in rare cases, a few $1,000s. The dream of instant wealth adds drama to the narrative, but the true value lies in rarity, condition, and collector demand, not myths of overnight billionaires. Still, the emotional pull of the coin remains powerful. Holding a 1990 D. Kennedy half dollar can feel like holding a small piece of history, a tangible link to the past that has traveled through countless hands. For collectors, the thrill is not just in the potential monetary value, but in the hunt, the possibility that among ordinary coins, a hidden gem might be waiting to be discovered. For those who believe they may have a valuable specimen, careful examination is essential. Look for sharp details in Kennedy's hair, a strong strike on the eagle, and surfaces free from scratches or dullness. If the coin appears exceptional, having it professionally graded can unlock its true potential and provide a clear understanding of its market value. This step often separates guesswork from reality and can reveal whether a coin is merely nice or truly remarkable. In the end, The 1990 D. Kennedy half dollar is a reminder that value is not always obvious. While it may not realistically turn someone into a billionaire overnight, it carries the allure of possibility, the idea that something small and seemingly ordinary could hold surprising worth. That sense of mystery and discovery is what keeps collectors fascinated, always searching, always hoping that the next coin they examine might be the one that changes everything.